Hi and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Chanel. I'm a college sophomore at Mercer University. I'm studying marketing and graphic design. I think the last time I made a video was in like January when I did like my goals for the year and stuff like that. But a lot has changed since January, as I'm sure you guys know. If you can't tell, I'm home. My school moved completely online and I was staying in like an apartment, which was university housing, and I could stay there until my lease went up in July, like the end of July. But I decided not to because I live in Georgia, which I think I've mentioned before. But yeah, I live in Georgia, and Georgia declared a shelter in place April 3rd to April 13th, and then it got extended into May 13th. So I was like, I'm not. And I wasn't staying at my apartment because my mom wanted me to come home, and my job had closed too. So I was just kind of like, there's no point in me staying at my apartment for 2 weeks if I can't go to work and I just have to stay inside. So I came home, then it got extended, and yeah, so I was just kind of like, might as well just pack it all up and come home. This is kind of just an update video to kind of explain where I've been, how my life's been going, things like that. Most other stuff just has to do with like me kind of revisiting the things that I talked about in my last video. At least I'm pretty sure it was my last video where I did my goals. So yeah, I'm just gonna kind of go in order and kind of talk about where I am with them and stuff like that, so you guys get an idea of that whole situation, because it's kind of weird because I just kind of feel like I had to restart my whole goals just because like everything that's happened and like the situations that I've been put in. I feel like now I have to reset my goals, if that makes any sense. And it's good for me because it's also giving me a chance to kind of like revisit them and look over them and see like what I probably need to change as I kind of go throughout life in this new uncharted territory of my life. So yeah, this one is establishing routine, working on it, working very hard on it. Before everything happened, my life was really hectic. Yeah, I had kind of started establishing routine, and then I had to go through the sorority intake process, and so that kind of threw that routine off a little bit, because I was just busy doing a lot of things for that. And so that kind of got not cut short, but it's kind of like had to happen really fast because everything that's going on. And so like I was able to kind of start getting back into routine, and then it was time and then I had to move back home. So I'm trying to like establish somewhat of a routine while I'm here, because I am going to be taking summer classes, so I still need to have like a routine of getting up, making time to study, stuff like that, and like going to sleep on time. But that's kind of something that that's kind of just constantly changing and evolving over these past few months because of everything that's kind of just been happening in my life. So the study routine absolutely did not happen. That wasn't something that I really did per se. I've always just been a person like on Saturdays and Sundays is when I typically am a lot more study heavy than I am other days of the week. And I do tend to study at night. Like before all this happened, I would study at night with my roommates. After dinner, before and after dinner, we would just like kind of study together in our living room. And yeah, but now I just kind of study a lot, and I think I'm like kind of burned out from it. But yeah, because my mom's working from home, and so I typically will just like chill with my mom and we'll just work together. But yeah, I'm kind of getting burned out from working that much because I basically was waking up at 10 and then working until like 9 on schoolwork. So burnt out. So now I feel like I've kind of like lost that little routine that I had developed of working, but I feel like that still wasn't a really good study routine. I want to get more established routine, especially since I'm about to have summer classes, and I only have 2 classes I'm taking, so I really want to like manage my time with those 2 better, so I'm not feeling so burnt out like I am now. Eating more intentionally, that hasn't been happening. I'll just talk about this whole aspect a lot more later because I think it has to do with one of the goals. But I recently started taking medicine for my depression and anxiety and my attention problems, and so with the medicine for my ADHD, it's a lot harder for me. I sometimes will get super in the zone and forget to eat, and so I haven't really been doing that. And even before this whole thing happened, I started it back when I was like, before all this stuff even happened, it was the same thing. I would just like get really into stuff and not eat like I was supposed to. My roommates and I had started a meal prepping thing, and that helped a lot, and I think that's something that I want to carry on over to here, my life here. I feel like it'd be nice for like my family to have, because we're constantly trying to figure out what to have for dinner and lunch. So I think it'd be something really nice for us to have, and it helped me a lot because I don't mind cooking, but sometimes I don't feel like doing it, and sometimes I'm just like, I want something right then and there. I don't want to have to cook anything, so meal prepping helped a lot with that. And that was my eating intentionally, but then everything happened, and so that didn't really last very long. But I felt like it helped a lot and was a lot better, especially with my medicine and everything. It's a lot easier to remember to eat if there's already food with me. I just have to warm it up. So that's something that I might start incorporating back into my life, is meal prepping, because it was really helping me a lot. My room right now is a mess, but back in my apartment, my roommates and I would basically clean on Sundays. That's when laundry happened, that's when we clean our rooms and all that stuff. So for me, for instance, and I feel like I've just been programmed to do that, so I'm probably going to just clean my room on Sundays. So yeah, I've developed this cleaning routine, and that's just cleaning on Sundays. I feel like I have slacked off a lot with my cleaning habits since I'm back home though. Back in my apartment, I feel like I was more on top of cleaning, not super great, but like more so than I am here. So I kind of want to get better at doing that, and like kind of basically do a lot of the behaviors I was doing at my apartment here. Yeah, just because I know it'll be helpful, because I'm going to be moving back into my apartment at some point, and I'm going to be around other people who aren't my family again, and so I should just maintain those same practices so that I'm not having to like redo all those things, like re-instill those things into my head. Living more intentionally, I think I've been doing this not on purpose, but accidentally. I think I've been a lot more intentional in my actions and my word choices. I think I've just been like, I don't want to say thinking before I speak, because I still don't do that a lot, but I've been more mindful about the things that I'm doing and how I'm putting myself out to people around me and stuff like that. So yeah, I'm just kind of becoming more aware of my life and the directions I kind of see it going and the things I want to do and stuff like that. I've just become hyper aware of the things that I'm doing, and like even with like, for example, the things I'm buying, I'm a lot more aware of what I'm spending my money on and what I'm buying, because there's so many things I want to buy, but I also am being intentional in my spending and not just kind of going stir crazy. Except like every once in a while I have a binge fest and I don't feel bad about it because I've lived intentionally and I've intentionally have not bought things and done things so that I have money. Do things like go crazy with spending and buy things and have the money to buy things and not worry about it. Treating my insides and outsides good. Okay, so outsides, I was working out when I first went back to school in January. I wasn't really working out as much as I would have liked to be, just because the gym in my apartment was small and it didn't have a lot of the like stuff that I'm used to using. And the UC gym, which is the big gym, is a walk. It's a walk away, and I had like no reason to go there, or like, yeah, I didn't have much of a reason to be like over in that area a lot, and so that was something. But when I first got here, got back home, and I kind of got this job like settled in and everything, I went and got like a little mat from Dollar General, and my mom's friend gave her like 20-pound weights, and so I was working out and I was doing yoga, and I really enjoyed it, and I was really liking it. Wasn't even about like my body, it was just really a nice feeling to like feel my muscles and to feel energized and stuff like that. And it was just a nice way to kind of like start my day for me. And yeah, I haven't been doing it a lot recently, just because there's a lot of personal things that have been happening, and I just also have been waking up super late and just not in the mindset of it, and I kind of want to get back on doing it, going with like making a routine thing. I really want to get back to working out. I really want to start taking sunset or sunrise walks and stuff like that, just so I'm like not going stir crazy. And so I'm gonna really try to start doing that stuff with the outsides. I guess that's also insides, I don't know. It's the first time I've bought makeup in a while. I haven't worn makeup in ages, honestly, and it's nice. It's actually like really nice, and so I think I might start like not dressing nice, but like doing my makeup once a week or maybe so, because I've been doing really good. My skin's been doing really good because I've been drinking a lot of water, not wearing makeup, doing my skincare stuff, and so yeah, in that way I've been treating my outsides good. Insides, as I mentioned before, I went and got medicated. I'm not gonna go in a whole like spill about that. If you guys want to set a video about my mental health journey, I'd be more than happy to do a video on it. Quick disclaimer though, I decided to do medicine because I've done therapy before, and therapy is great and therapy helped me a lot, but right now I'm super busy and I just didn't have time to go to a therapist. That sounds so bad. I don't want it to come out like that, but like that's the truth. I just didn't have time to see a therapist, and I don't trust online therapists. I just didn't have time to see a therapist and all that stuff, and especially the therapist who I used to go to is who I specifically wanted to go to, and I just didn't have time with my schedule and everything that I had going on to go and see him. So I decided to use medicine to see if maybe that would help, and it has. I would also say though, however, that the medicine for my depression and anxiety is only a factor. It is not the solution, because when I first was talking on the medicine, everything was great. I felt amazing. I felt good for the first time in forever, and then I kind of slowly just started feeling like not how I was feeling when I first started taking it. And so some things I noticed helped a lot with me, like kind of getting into that feeling about how I was feeling before. are things like having a clean environment, having routines set up for myself. Working out was one of those things. Stuff like that also helps. And I'm not trying to be like the person who's like, just work out and read a book and that'll help you. Like, that's not the case. But I know, but I'm also saying that if you decide to take medicine, don't give up on it because you're not having the same effects that you did when you first started, because that just means that the medicine is kind of working. I don't know, it's kind of your system's used to it and it's mellowed out when it needs to mellow out. But you still have to do other things. I don't know if this makes any sense at all, but it makes sense to me. And if that thing is exercising or having a routine, having your space cleaned, talking to a therapist, reading a book, taking daily walks, if those are your things that help you, then do those things. But yeah, that's not just my little quick disclaimer, because I would feel weird if somebody just said like, take medicine, it's great, it's your be all end all, because it's not. I was really concerned at some point that my medicine wasn't working for me anymore, and then I started to do things like I started cleaning and having my space clean, and I started establishing a routine and doing things daily, and I started feeling that same feeling I felt when I first started taking my medicine again. And that's when I realized like, oh, I still have to do things. It's not just going to be a magic fix pill for everything. You still have to put work into it. And so that's my little speech, and that kind of goes with me taking my ADHD medicine. I realized that like my lack of intention was really starting to affect how I did in school, because I would literally walk out of lessons not able to understand, like retaliate anything that I learned from a whole hour 50-minute lecture. And my medicine that I got wasn't really helping with that, and once everything, well, it was at first, and then everything mellowed out, and I realized it wasn't helping at all with it. And I told my doctor, I got prescribed medicine, and now it's great. I focus, and I'm able to understand what I'm learning, and I'm able to like comprehend what I'm being taught. So yeah, it's great. That's as much as I'm going to say about that. It's just that I've started taking medicine and started to just kind of improve and grow and live intentionally and do things intentionally, because I want to feel good. Yeah, all of it goes together. It's full circle. As my theme for this year was don't wait for permission, and I want to say like I've been doing good with that. I didn't watch the video to see like exactly what I meant by that. But me now, April something Janelle, who is now 20 years old and has learned and gone through a lot more stuff than Janelle, who was in January, Janelle, who is 19. I'm kind of taking it as I'm just doing what I want. And I am. That sounds kind of weird, but I'm just not waiting for permission. I'm living the life that I'm living in the way to build up to the life that I want. I'm taking the actions and the steps to get to the life that I want to have when I get older, and I'm doing things that will help me of doing that, and I'm not waiting for a sign to tell me that this is it, this is what you should do. I'm not waiting around for that. Overall, a lot has happened, a lot has changed. I'm very tired. I'm excited to see how life goes just in general with everything going on. Even though it's like a really sad thing, I'm excited because I want to say I've mentioned this as I mentioned, or maybe didn't mention, I'm super into history, and it's something I'm like low-key into, and so it's kind of fascinating for me to be a part of something that's at some point going to become part of history books. And so it's kind of interesting and fascinating and exciting for me in that sense, that I get to see all these things unfolding and get to see how the world reacts to this, how we as a country reacts to all these things. That's my little rant and spiel about that. Crazy to think that I'm in my 20s and that I've lived through a whole decade, and that next decade I'll be in my 30s. So, but it's also really exciting. It's exciting to see the world and be a part of the world in this small way that I'm living in history. And so yeah, all in all, I'm ready to see what, at least if nothing else, the summer holds for me, because like I mentioned, I'm going to be taking summer classes, so that's a whole thing that I'm absolutely also petrified about, because even though I've taken online classes, I've never taken a summer course, and so I'm very scared about how that's going to be and what that's going to mean for me and all those things. So yeah, as far as videos, I'm hoping to upload more, but I'm not going to make any promises to you guys nor myself about uploading more consistently or anything like that. If I do upload, it'll most likely be Sunday. Yeah, I have like a few video ideas. If there's any video ideas you guys want to see from me, please feel free to leave them in the comment section down below. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, and if you want to see me or any of the other videos that I post later in the future, please subscribe. Yeah, I'm probably going to be posting my sophomore year recap. I'll put my freshman one somewhere, and I'll leave it in the description box below. I wanted to, it's probably not going to be until like sometime in May, because I know that like a lot of people have already like been like, school year's over, here's my recap. But, and I don't know, maybe it's just people in high school, because I know like most high schoolers, their school year is done, it's over. But for me in college, I still have so much work. Like I literally have an assignment due tonight, so grind don't stop. So I really wanted to wait until like my sophomore year was like officially over before I posted the sophomore recap video. So that's gonna be coming at you soon. So if for nothing else, subscribe to see that. And yeah, hope you guys are having a wonderful day or night, whenever you watch this, and that you guys are staying safe and staying happy. I'll talk to you guys later. And that's it. Bye.